Hi, I'm Paul, the Fire Safety Coordinator for Emory University. Welcome to the Fire Safety Training course for Emory University students. In this course, you will learn the following. What is fire safety and what does it mean to me? Second, how can we help prevent fires? And finally, you will be provided information to help you survive during a fire emergency.
What is fire safety and what does it mean to me?
That's a good question. Fire safety is one of the leading dangers to students in colleges. These are the applicable fire codes that we will reference during this fire safety training session. Did you know that Residence Life staff members are sometimes the first line of defense and notification for emergency response? Now, let's review some common causes of fires within the campus community. First, there's unattended cooking, such as burning food in microwaves. Then there's smoking. The careless discarding of cigarettes or other smoking articles can also lead to fires. And then finally, there's anger or an emotional episode, which can lead to the intentional destruction of property. Here are some common causes of nuisance fire alarms in residential communities. Burnt popcorn or burned food on the stove. Manual pull station activations. Smoking in rooms or stairwells. Or there can even be an accumulation of dirt in the smoke detector. Cooking fires are the number one cause of home fires and home injuries. The leading cause of fires in the kitchen is unattended cooking. Emory Fire Safety created a video to heighten awareness and help reduce kitchen fires within residence halls and university facilities.
Hey, what's the pool hours for today?
What's your name?
David.
If I give you these headphones, would you participate in a quick challenge?
Okay. Head to the dorms to take the cooking fire challenge. Alright, let's do this.
You'll be in E5.
What on earth? 10 seconds to find the nearest fire extinguisher. Ready? Go. Got it. Remove items stored in others. Clean dirt buildup from broiler. Yeah! Convince your friend not to leave food on the stove unattended. Hey! You left food on the stove. The pasta sauce is cooking. Return kitchen to clean, safe state. I think we're pretty safe in here.
Here are some examples of fires that have occurred within Emory campus residence halls due to unattended cooking.
How are fire injuries and emergencies prevented and detected?
That's a great question. Emory residential facilities have fire suppression and detection systems installed to prevent the spread of fire, such as fire extinguishers and fire suppression vent hood systems for cooking. Smoke alarms provide early warning of fire, and sprinklers activate to prevent fire spread and assist in fire escape. All exits should be kept clear for evacuation in the event of an emergency. Also, you should report all fire hazards for the safety of your classmates and others. There are several ways that you can report fire hazards. Report safety tips using the Emory University Live Safe app on your phone. You can contact Facilities Management Customer Service at 404-727-7463, or just email Emory Fire Safety at fire.safety@emory.edu. Keep an eye out for prohibited items in residence halls. Candles are not allowed and they are banned from campus. Halogen lamps contain super hot gas that can quickly ignite. Incense and no flame-producing items are allowed. Do not hang anything on fire sprinklers. If they are damaged, sprinklers can malfunction and cause severe water damage. Paper or plastic decor or signage covering walls and doors should not exceed more than 20% of the wall area. Doors should not be held open without being designed to do so automatically. Do not prop doors open with door stops or random items for an extended period of time. Now let's review common violations that can result in the loss of housing privileges. Covering smoke detectors with plastic bags or any other item to prevent the detection of smoke is strictly prohibited. Removing or tampering with smoke detectors compromises the safety of others and can also lead to serious consequences. Covering emergency lighting is also prohibited because it can jeopardize the evacuation of people within a building in the event of an emergency or power outage. Covering or blocking fire alarm pull stations is also prohibited, and it can delay notification to building occupants and first responders in the event of an emergency. Ritual candles are prohibited in Emory facilities, except in conjunction with recognized religious activities. Accumulations of discarded furniture, boxes, trash, etc., cluttering exit paths, hallways, and stairwells are fire hazards and is prohibited.
How can we help prevent fires?
Thank you for asking. As a Residence Life staff member, you should have a plan. Know what to do before an alarm or emergency occurs. You can do this by reviewing the evacuation plan diagrams on your floor, and also learn the locations of the fire pull stations and fire extinguishers in your area. All buildings, per applicable fire codes, are designed to give occupants 2 ways out for emergencies. Take a few minutes to review the evacuation plan. They are generally located next to the elevators. They also provide a diagram of the closest 2 ways out of the building from where they are located. They provide the location of the fire pull stations, fire extinguishers, the closest automatic external defibrillator, also known as the AED, and the severe weather refuge areas within the building. One of the ways that the building fire alarm is triggered is by activating the fire alarm pull station. The building fire alarm pull stations are located next to building exits and stairwells. When you activate the fire alarm pull station, it will automatically send a notification to Emory Police Dispatch, who will then notify first responders. Please note, you are not required to fight a fire. If you have any doubt in your ability to control the situation, do not fight the fire. Only attempt to extinguish small fires that are contained and not spreading beyond its point of origin. And remember, fire extinguishers are not connected to fire alarms, so you should always activate the fire alarm pull station before using a fire extinguisher. Fire extinguishers will be located every 75 feet or less within the building.
How does a fire start?
That's a great question. Fire is a chemical reaction that occurs when a fuel in the form of a solid, liquid, or gas rapidly unites with oxygen in the presence of a heat source. As a result, a flame is produced. 3 elements are necessary to produce and support a fire: a fuel source, a heat source, and an oxygen source. Then a chain reaction must occur to provide the heat necessary to maintain the fire. All 3 elements must be present to have a fire. Fire will burn until one or more of the elements are removed. Did you know that fire only needs a minimum of 16% oxygen to ignite? Whereas the air that we breathe contains 21% oxygen. Oxygen supports the chemical processes that occur during fire. When fuel burns, it reacts with oxygen from the surrounding air, releasing heat and generating combustion products such as gases, smoke, embers, etc. Understanding the classes of fire is important because every fire extinguisher is designed and manufactured to extinguish the different classes of fires. Every fire extinguisher is labeled with letters and symbols that indicate the class of fire that it is suitable to use on. First, we'll start with Class A fires, which involve ordinary combustibles such as wood, paper, plastic, rubber, and cloth. Then there's Class B fires, which involve flammable liquids such as gasoline, oil, and some paints and solvents. Class C fires involve energized electrical equipment such as power tools, wiring, fuse boxes, computers, TVs, electrical motors, and electrical outlets. Then there's Class D fires, which involve combustible metals such as zirconium, titanium, potassium, and magnesium. And finally, we have Class K fires, which involve cooking oils and trans fats that are used in commercial cooking equipment. The most common type of fire extinguishers that you will find on campus are the red multi-rated fire extinguishers. They contain a dry chemical extinguishing agent and are designed to extinguish A, B, and C class fires. Class D fires require specialized extinguishers, like the yellow one that you see in the middle. It contains a dry powder extinguishing agent. The silver Class K fire extinguishers are used within commercial kitchens. They contain a wet chemical extinguishing agent and can be commonly found within the fraternity house kitchens and the sorority lodge kitchens.
Is there a procedure that we should follow if we have to use a fire extinguisher?
Proper use of fire extinguishers follows a simple 4-step process known as the PASS method. This simple approach is depicted in this illustration. Knowing the PASS method is essential for properly using fire extinguishers to fight small fires. Most importantly, always stay in between the fire and the closest safe escape route. Number 1, pull the pin from the handle. Number 2, aim at the base of the fire at least 3 to 6 feet away. Number 3, squeeze the handle. And number 4, sweep the base of the fire from side to side. Always aim at whatever it is that's on fire. Whether it's a trash can, bed, stove, etc., you aim at the contents that are on fire. Take a look at your classmates in action, practicing the PASS technique.
And then I'm going to pull that pin, and then I'm going to bring this forward, I'm going to aim, I'm going to squeeze, I'm checking, now I'm going to,
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Go get your prize.
Thank you.
Get your prize. Are you all learning something? Please give me some enthusiasm. Come on. For social. Emory Fire Safety. I got you. Now let's review fire extinguisher safety. Make sure that you know what is burning and that the fire alarm is activated. Only use an extinguisher if you have been trained. Make sure that your back is to an unobstructed exit and extinguish the fire only if it is small and not threatening. Prior to an alarm, be prepared. If you should discover a fire, alert people in the area and immediately activate the fire alarm at the closest pull station. Second, if you have been trained in the use of a fire extinguisher, quickly assess the fire and determine if it can be extinguished safely using a fire extinguisher. If you cannot extinguish the fire, immediately exit the building. It is imperative to perform these emergency procedures during a fire alarm or fire emergency. When a fire alarm sounds, get out. Even if you have sprinklers, smoke is deadly, so you must get out. Find your nearest exit. Know 2 ways out, not just the one you use most often. Use the stairs. Take all fire alarms seriously. Always evacuate. Failure to evacuate will result in penalties. During an alarm, do not panic. Evacuate the building immediately by using the closest exit and go to the outside designated meeting location. Never take the elevator during a fire. You may be trapped if the power goes out. During a fire emergency, be careful opening doors. Before opening any door, feel the handle with the back of your hand for heat. Feel the door itself, starting from the bottom and moving to the top. If the door is hot, do not try to open it. Smoke and flames may rush into your room. If the door is cool, open it slowly, but be prepared to quickly shut it if smoke or heat rushes in. Now, let's cover general evacuation procedures. During a fire alarm or fire emergency, leave quickly. Close unlocked doors while you evacuate the building to contain the fire and smoke. Heat and smoke rise, so cleaner air will be near the floor. Get as low as possible to the floor and move toward the exit. If you encounter smoke or flame during your escape, use another exit. After you evacuate the building, go to your designated meeting location for your residence hall or building. Remember, do not stand near doors, windows, driveways, or roadways. Emergency responders need clear access to the building. Follow the evacuation method, which is you should be the height of the building away from the building. Know where your designated meeting location area is located and the evacuation routes you should follow to reach them. Do not re-enter the building even if the audible alarm is silenced. After the emergency incident has been investigated to determine that there is no longer a danger or threat to the residence hall or building occupants, an all clear will be announced by the appropriate personnel to re-enter the building. If you have a mobility impairment, including a chronic medical condition, you should do the following. First, learn about fire safety. Then, plan ahead for fire emergencies. Also, be aware of your own capabilities and limitations. If you have limited mobility during an evacuation, let the closest person to you know that you need assistance to an area of refuge or stairwell. Look for areas of refuge, like stair enclosures or the other side of corridor fire doors. Take note, some elevators are designed to stop operating when the alarm is sounding and are not safe during fires. Sometimes, it may be safer to stay in your room or office if you have limited mobility. If you have limited mobility and you are trapped in a room and there is a telephone in the room where you are trapped, dial the Emory Police Department at 404-727-6111 or dial 911 and provide your exact location. Wait at a window if possible and signal for help by waving an object that can be seen from a distance. Keep the room door closed and unlocked. Stuff wet clothing, towels, etc. under the door to keep out smoke and toxic vapors. If possible, open a window for air, but do not break it, as you may need to close the window if smoke rushes in. Stay close to the ground if there is smoke. The air is less smoky near the floor. During severe weather, if you are indoors, move to a severe weather refuge location on campus or the lowest level of a building in an interior room or hallway, away from windows. The locations are marked with the Severe Weather Refuge logo. During a severe weather event, you will also receive an emergency text message on your phone, as well as an emergency alert in your email. Don't forget to download the Emory University Live Safe app on your phone. Live Safe is a personal safety mobile app that Emory University is providing to all students, faculty, and staff to download for free. The app provides a quick, convenient, and discreet way to communicate directly with Emory University safety officials, enhancing your overall safety and allowing Emory University police to better protect you. Now, let's review some important things to remember. First, learn and plan and visit your hall, building, or department's designated outside meeting location. Number 2, learn the location of pull stations and fire extinguishers. 3, learn the sound of your building's fire alarm by participating in fire drills. 4, learn the location of the 2 nearest exits from your dorm room, often stairwells. 5, count the doors between your dorm room to the nearest exit. And finally, number 6, download the Live Safe app to your phone for emergency evacuation procedures. Thank you for allowing Emory Fire Safety to share this important life safety information with you. Enjoy your year, and if you have any questions about anything fire related, feel free to contact Fire Safety by emailing us at fire.safety@emory.edu. Be sure to follow us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook for exciting videos, tips, and fire safety information that can help you in your everyday life. And finally, always remember, Emory Fire Safety is working with you to help Emory be a fire-safe community.